I have something to say to former Vice President Joe Biden, his fans, and people like him, all the establishment people. Joe Biden, I know this is like, dude, he said this like a month ago. Where have you been? I've been distracted. I don't have the luxury of doing videos every day, responding to everything every day like the Young Turks and Secular Talk does. I have to actually go to work. I actually have a girlfriend and I actually have friends. I'm not saying they don't have friends or girlfriends, but what they do, that's their job. Anyway, he said that when Trump is gone, that Republicans will have an epiphany and they will become normal again and willing to cooperate with Democrats. No, they're not. They're worse under Trump, but they're just as horrible when you, sir, were vice president. The only time they were ever cooperative with you, Democrats, is when they decided to name a part of a bill after your late son, Beau Biden, I think. Died of some illness. That was the only time, and that was, it was like, hey, Vice President Biden, this is your last year. I think it was 2016. This is your last year as Vice President. So, to sort of try to make up for all the times we were assholes to both you and Obama, we're going to name this part after your dead son. But let me tell you something. Sure, the Republicans are more ass kissers to Trump than they were George W. Bush. Because I remember the Bush administration. And I remember they said like, oh, Bush is protecting our country. It's like, well, what about 9/11? It's like, oh, well, he protected us afterwards. But they never ever said, they might have said Bush was chosen by God, but I don't remember it. I do recall former EPA head Scott Pruitt saying that God chose Trump. And all his other ass lickers like Sean Hannity and Brian Fisher just... There's literally nothing that Trump could do that would make them turn on him. He could literally do that thing in South Park where he sucks the blood out of dead babies to keep him the way he looks. And they still wouldn't turn on him. He said, well, he does what he's got to do to make America great again. But Biden, in his wisdom, thinks that with Trump gone, Republicans will gain their senses and everything will just be warm feelings and fuzzy bunnies. I wish that could be possible. But, we've got a crumbling Medicare system, a crumbling infrastructure, a crumbling education system. I have dated and currently dating a woman. I've dated women who are in thousands of dollars in student loan debt. I'm currently dating one right now. And also the endless wars, the racism on both blacks, whites, the military-industrial complex, the police and prison industrial complex, and many other things that are wrong with this country. It's true what they've been saying to me for the last 2 years. Trump is the symptom, not the whole disease. You get rid of Trump and, we still got a shitty country. I want this country to be better. I want America to be great, but it is not. And that's why I'm voting for Bernie Sanders. Not because I am a partisan, not because I hate Trump, but because Bernie Sanders is willing to do the things that they do in Europe. And if you're going to be like my mother and say, we can't, America's just too different. No, we're not. The only reason we can't afford all these things at this moment is because, one, we coddle the rich, and two, we're always in endless wars. If it can be done in Europe and Canada, literally our neighbor to the north, then it can be done here. But Republicans, they don't like change. They don't like it because that would involve changing everything. And well, they like to stick to what they know. They love to live in the past. For time, JFK said, for time in the world does not stand still. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. And it's time for change. A change that American can believe in. Getting rid of Trump ain't the only solution. Yes, we have to get rid of him. We need to get rid of Trump, whether it's impeachment, 25th Amendment, or just simply defeating him in an election next year. Yes, that's our first step, but we also got to do other things. We got to increase the minimum wage to $15 an hour, past just Amazon and Disney. We've got to get tuition-free college. And by the way, free college isn't absolutely free. It's more affordable. Because yes, it does have to be paid for. With our taxes. Stop sending our tax dollars to go to endless wars and redirect it to education. And also make corporations like Amazon pay taxes. And we can afford it. But no, they want the rich to just be above the law. They still want kids to get off on affluenza, which basically says, I don't have any morals because my rich parents didn't teach me any. Getting rid of Trump isn't going to fix everything. It'll certainly help. Getting rid of Trump will be like putting a Band-Aid on everything. But we still got to treat the illness. And with Trump gone, whether it's through removal or election, Republicans are still going to be the same way. In fact, they'll still be sacrificing themselves for Trump. It's like, oh, hail Trump. Rather wir können draußen. They're still going to be the same partisan hacks that they were from 2009 to 2017. They're the same assholes. Getting rid of Trump, they just won't have anyone to enforce their beliefs anymore. That's all I'm going to say. I want everyone to stay awesome, stay progressive, and as always, may the force be with you, always. Stop saying that!